Okay, so we are live now. Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday evening, midway of the week, and for many of us, the beginning of rather the last 3 days of the week have been very busy, and definitely the next 3 days are also looking very busy. So this is just the right time for us to talk about busyness, and especially with the entrepreneurs, busyness in our business. So today's topic is about choosing business over business, and it's brought to all of us in collaboration with her entrepreneurial network. It's a community for women entrepreneurs, and it's a community where all of us together inform, inspire, and support each other. And this Hen Live is one example where both Kavita and me, who are members of Hen, are supporting each other and hoping to inspire and inform all of you. So, with this, I would take great pleasure to bring Kavita onto the stage.
Hi,
Hey,
Neetu.
Kavita. Hello. Such a pleasure to be on this side of the table and have the opportunity to talk to you and understand and hear about your own journey as a productivity coach. Um, so I love the topic that we have taken today, right? Business over busyness. And I also see that this is something that you have mastered uh, over the last couple of years. And I'm so happy that you're sharing it with all of us because I think each one of us are struggling with this. I would love to hear your story, and I have so many questions for you about this. I'm struggling with my own productivity and hoping to learn from you today some actionable insights which I can put in my business. And I'm sure it's the same for everybody here. So I invite the audience to add your questions into the comment section, and we will make sure that we have Kavita answering all those questions for us.
Keep those questions coming. And one thing I would like to add that I am a work in progress. So I don't think anyone can master productivity. So definitely, yes, I'm a work in progress. Maybe I am a few steps ahead of a few people here. So I would gladly share my learnings with all the audience.
Thank you. I love this aspect of your Kavita about being so candid about where you are and what you're ready to share, and at the same time being so generous with sharing everything that you know. Also, I've had the pleasure of reaching out to you multiple times for supporting some of my own coaches. So, as a business mentor, I have coached other women entrepreneurs, and when they struggle with some of the aspects, you've been very generous to help them out also. So I'm hoping that same benefits which I have reaped and my clients have reached today, I think our audience over here will reap. So again, so let's get started. Um, so the first question that I have for you, Kavita, is a very basic question. Okay, what exactly does a productivity coach actually do?
So if we say what is productivity, according to dictionary, it is how efficiently and effectively you use your resources of time, energy, everything. But what does a productivity coach do? What I do is I help you understand what is productivity for you,
Okay.
because productivity is different. It is very customizable, very personal to each person. What productivity means to you will not mean the same productivity to me. The way think I efficiently use my resources is definitely not going to be the same as you are doing it. So somewhere we have this milestones. We read this habit books written by men for men, and we think that productivity is the same for everybody, or it is the same for men and women. So I help you to find your own productivity, what is your productivity, and how to achieve your productivity.
Interesting. So you're saying that the very definition of productivity is different for men and different for women.
Exactly. So I'm just hoping one day the book comes, like John Gray wrote, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. The same way, productivity is completely different for men and for women.
Wow.
Uh,
So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this. So that means gender plays a role in productivity. Please, please do share more about this.
sure. So basically, if we want to remember, men are like sun. They have the circadian rhythm where every day their productivity is for 24 hours. By the evening, when they deplete their energy, they sleep and they come back, and morning they have their full energy. That is how their hormones work.
Okay.
Women can be compared with the moon because of the menstrual cycles. So it is again 28 days where we grow, the moon grows, and then the moon decreases in signs and becomes a no moon day. The same way, a woman's menstrual cycle, the four phases: the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the luteal ovulatory phase, and the luteal phase. So 4 weeks, the women's hormones work in a different way. So the productivity also differs according to the week you are in your menstrual cycle.
Wow. That's very different way for us to be looking at it, right? I also noticed that you mentioned, I think, in your one of your profiles that you've highlighted that 50% of female entrepreneurs face burnout, which is also related to productivity. Okay, so at one level, you're saying that we have different productivity cycles as compared to men, and the second level, you're also saying that most of 50 up to 50% of female entrepreneurs are facing burnout. Can you also, help me understand that a little bit more?
Sure. A 2022 Deloitte report found that 53% women report high stress levels than the previous year, and nearly half felt burnout more than the men. So the gender gap in the percentage is huge. McKinsey 2022 report also says that women in workplace, including business and corporate, the burnout gap between men and women is double. It is nearly 42% of women experience burnout compared to lower percentage of men. So when we start competing with men with the circadian rhythm and the infrared rhythm of a women, we are never going to win. So we have to find our own productivity and work on it. Otherwise, as 53% of women are facing burnouts, that is what is happening now.
Oh, and this is happening because, like you said, most of the books is all about productivity coming from the men's approach to productivity, from their cycles of productivity versus what we are doing with women. That's one of the prime reason for this huge variance.
That is one of the prime reasons. The other thing is the unpaid labor work. So if we take the statistics, um, in 2020, Diplomat has said that Indian men especially do 80% paid labor and women do 84% of unpaid labor.
Mm,
We don't even account for the unpaid work a woman does, and that is not counted as productivity because you don't get any income resources, or it is not counted in the revenue generation part. So when
mm,
84% of the work time spent is not accounted for, then how are we going to take it as productivity? Taking care of a sick child, taking care of a elderly person is not accounted for. All the
mm,
household chores, or even somebody you have help, especially in India, maintaining them takes time. That is
mm.
unpaid labor, which is never accounted for.
Interesting insight. Wow. That also leads me to my next question around uh, is there a difference in productivity when it comes to a personal life and a professional life also?
Yes. Again, you have to see that what is your productivity, because professionally we have certain standards that this is considered as professional. For entrepreneurs, we don't even have that standards. If you are going to
Mm,
compare your productivity with revenue or business activity, how far we are auditing it properly? If you are in workplace, at least someone is doing that. Again, in personal life, what works? And if we
Mm,
include all these things, the next thing crops up is the sleep chronotypes. Not everybody is a 5 a.m. club member.
mhm.
And statistically, it is proved that women needs to sleep more than men. So again, if the sleep chronotypes is coming, then are you sleeping enough to work on your productivity in personal life and professional life?
Wow, I love what you said about women need to sleep more than men. I'm going to tell that to my son when who's complaining that I'm sleeping later more than him. But it's interesting. So you're saying that, I mean, even our sleep requirements are different. Our productivity in personal and professional lives are different, and our productivity as per our gender is also different. So there's so many variables that are impacting um, women productivity levels.
Yes.
Wow. I think I have Harsha also saying new learning that women need more sleep, right? Yay! We have
Yeah,
and we get less sleep.
exactly. Again, for the
Okay.
unpaid labor, because you need
Huh.
to get up before everybody gets up to keep the home
Correct.
ready and
Hmm.
sleep after everybody sleeps.
Correct.
And again, it is told that women has brain is wired with
Hmm.
different things and men think in boxes.
Hmm.
So when you think in boxes, the time your prefrontal cortex or the other parts needs rest a little bit less more time, and think of a completely wired machine
Hmm.
working always multitasking. How much time will it need to rest?
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
statistically proven, and we don't even speak about the study.
Interesting. Interesting. You also, since you use the word multitasking, Kavita, um, is multitasking a part of being more productive? I mean, do I need to be multitasker to become more productive?
I think maybe I'm breaking a lot of myths in this conversation. And again, I would say the greatest myth is women are good at multitasking and multitasking is good. So if you do a little bit of scientific study, multitasking is harm to your brain. It is harm to your body. Multitasking is not good. It is like making your machine do, when it is designed to do one thing efficiently, you are making it do two or three things efficiently. Again, why it comes? Because of the gender based roles and expectation coming from a woman. Take care of the child and open your laptop and do your office project, and then give instructions to your staff in your business. You, naturally, it is like three things in a machine. It is going to go down, right? Basic
Hmm.
science. And we expect women's brain is designed differently that it can take everything. No, it doesn't work like
My God. I mean, that's quite a few myths that you have completely overturned for us. Are there any other myths that you want to, break right away so we get this out of the way and before we get into more details?
yes, another greatest myth I would like to break is, if you
Mm,
think you have figured out your menstrual cycle and productivity cycle, sleep
mm,
cycle, you're going to get everything. No, there is another four M's in a woman's life. That is melanche, your first period. Next comes your marriage, which has a lot of gender-based roles expectation. Motherhood, which is connected with your body and gender-based expectations in the society. And the fourth is menopause. So the average age of Indian women's menopause is 5 years before the international level, and perimenopause starts around 10 years before your menopause. So once this perimenopause starts, it is directly going to affect your health, productivity, sleep cycles.
wow. Wow. So this whole feeling that we get that as we are growing older, we are becoming less productive, we've had a conversation around that also, is that it's not because we are becoming so-called lazy. It's because all of these factors have built up for us and we have not addressed them.
Exactly. And there is a
Interesting.
lot of generational trauma also which is happening.
Hmm.
So you have, as a woman, when you have to deal with all these things, delineate
Hmm.
everything and work on it. That's why I say you compare your own productivity. That
Hmm.
helps you understand how to efficiently use your resources. So never compare last month I did this month I did this. No. Last month, week one, what did I do? This month, week one, what did I do? You can't compare your week four with your week one or week three with your. Okay, so what I mean by week is your menstrual cycle is day one to five, which is your week one. Week two is follicular space, which is approximately day 6 to day 13. Ovulatory space is day 14 to day 21, and luteal phase is day 22 to 28. Your body works differently at each phase, and it is
Mm.
not going to be the same at every week. So, there are going to be so many things. As we are speaking about myth, there is one more myth I would like to break. We think that women are good at networking. According to your body, you are good at networking in week two and week three. So, if you approach some women and you feel she's not social with you or not connecting with you, maybe she's in her week one and week four.
Wow.
Week two and three has your confidence level at the peak, and week one and four, it is going to be low. So, if you're going to schedule some public speaking, instead of bashing yourself or pushing yourself, schedule it in week two and week three.
Oh my God, mind blowing, mind blowing. I kind of makes sense because there've been times when, you know, we, like you said, we feel very confident, and we are great about, we love meeting people, etc. But there are certain days when, you're just down in energy, and even if you are meeting up with people, you're the quiet one in the conversation, where earlier you were, the one who's, moving around the entire room. Kind of makes sense. So how how can we even keep a track of all of these things? No wonder it makes sense for us to look at a productivity coach, because it seems to be too many variables to manage.
Yeah, so I have created a simple tracker for
Mm-hmm.
women, especially, and I am giving it for free to all the women. They can visit my website, kavitadicoach.com, and download that free tracker. It is going
Okay.
to take 20% of your time and efforts, and the result is going to be 80% because you're going to learn more about your own, as Harsha says, your own body and the science behind it, because you can't fight with science. That you have to track it and work with it.
Wow, wow, wow. But I'm sorry to ask you this, but one more. I mean, I'm already busy. We have just so much things to do. Every morning when I wake up, I'm already running behind 10 things that I have to have finished. So, how can even, then adding one more thing about tracking all of this seems to be just adding to my busyness. How can we address that, Kavita?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. You give a tracker, I can't even track. I get this question. So what
Hmm.
I would say is there, for example, you can use, we have apps which tracks your menstrual cycle. So if you are too busy, weekly once, you can track your energy. So in the morning, just make a 5 star or 3 star or 4 star of your energy level in your phone. Best thing, WhatsApp a message to yourself. And in the weekend, allot 10 minutes for yourself and just note it down every day. You know your menstrual cycles anyway, right? We
Hmm.
all track it. Then
Correct.
you mark your energy levels, and that's it. We can find it. So
As
it is
simple as
not a
that.
gradle. As simple as that.
Interesting. Wow, that sounds interesting to me, real. And if it's so much more easy, then of course something that we should definitely do that, right? Um, I also noticed that you've spoken about work-life harmony and connecting it. How does it connect with productivity? Work-life. I mean, you're not talking about work-life balance. You're talking about work-life harmony, and then how does it get connected to productivity?
Because I feel there is no such thing as balance. It's only harmony, because as women we have to find that harmony of our work life, family life, our business, everything together. So you we all have know that wheel of life where 8 categories of your life is important, and they say if you score good, the wheel is going to be good, you're going, the wheel is going to roll on. And I don't think practically it is never possible. You can focus on two or three categories of your life at one point of time, and after that two or three categories, depends on your age, children or marriage, whatever it is, or your career. So I speak about harmony, and once you know that you're going to focus on two or three categories of your life at one point of time, then you can give your efficient time and energy in that category. Okay, I would like to give some example here. I would take my example. My kids are applying for undergraduation applications now. So that is the peak time where we do the college applications and other work. It's lot of paperwork. So at this time, if I have my revenue goals for this year, and I'm going to think that okay, this is my revenue goal, this is my this, then somewhere my health may take a toll. So if again I put my health inside this, then some other category is going to take a toll. So I have to make a conscious decision which two or three categories I'm going to focus on for this next 2 or 3 months. So that way I can know where to put my time, energy, focus. Because if you don't know that clarity, and especially just I read an article about mom's guilt in Harvard Business Review. So guilt is something we always live with. So if we
Hmm.
don't take that conscious decision, we are going to feel guilty, and that is going to drain our energy and productivity. Conscious
Hmm.
decision is what is needed for work life harmony.
Wow, wow. And you cover all of these as a productivity coach?
Yes.
And is this something that I see that you've also worked international with some international women entrepreneurs and Indian women entrepreneurs, right? So is there something that you find there's any difference between these two continents and women entrepreneurships and our own journeys?
Yeah, first 6 years of my life, I worked only with international entrepreneurs with for my own reasons. And
Mm,
then in 2022, I took a conscious decision that because I could see so much of work happening there,
mm,
even the statistics and other things, they are aware of it. I will not say everybody is aware, but at least a few are aware of it. So
mm,
I wanted that knowledge for us to know so that we live a less guilty life. So 2022 consciously I'm working with Indian women entrepreneurs, and I'm thankful to Hen community where we have a group of Indian women entrepreneurs mostly, where we can share our knowledge. I believe that we women are nurturers from the caveman days. We all need to sit together, we need to speak, we need to understand that your story is not alone. So communities like Hen helps us women and especially women entrepreneurs. Mostly we are solopreneurs, so we don't even know what is happening in others life and nobody discusses it. So
mm.
these type of communities help us to share, understand each other's stories, and when you know you're not alone, your productivity is going to be high.
Nice. I really like that. Let me just quickly see if there are any questions here. Okay, no, I think we've kind of covered all of these questions. So, okay, let me continue with some of mine. Please feel free to keep adding questions here. This is for the audience. Um, since you said that you had your own journey about interproductivity, I would love to hear how did you get started in this, or were you productive always by default, by nature, it's something natural for you, while all of us mere mortals are struggling for it?
No, it was never like that. I was like a normal woman having too much in my plate, and I was struggling to do a lot of things together. Then I am a avid reader, so I started reading these books on productivity. Uh, I tried to inculcate everything and I failed miserably. I tried to form these habits, how scheduling your time, everything failed miserably. And because I am somebody who learns and practices and implements. So when this part of it was failing miserably, maybe I think around 6 months I failed miserably. I was falling flat and I didn't understand why this is happening to me. Then slowly I started my research on why women fail in productivity. So thanks to thousands of books and authors and research papers I have read, I cannot pinpoint on one book which says about women's productivity. Unfortunately, maybe there is a book I might not have touched, but it is that research papers which helped me understand about perimenopause, menstrual cycles, how sleep chronotypes works. the unpaid labors research of women, which is research. So all these variables helped me understand that productivity is not one thing, and working on all these variables in my life helped me to increase my productivity. It is a
Interesting.
long journey, very long journey.
And here I assume that it was, something that came easy for you, and all of us are struggling. So that's why it's easy for you to become a productive coach when people like us are struggling with it all the time. But thank you
Uh,
so much for sharing that. So Kavita, um, see, all of us have this intention, right, to be more efficient, to be more productive, and let's say even if I plan, I wake up today and say, today I'm going to be more productive. I'm going to put this tracker in place. I'm going to do all of those systems in place. I will follow this. I will follow Kavita's style, etc., whatever it is. But a couple of days later, I fall off the wagon, right? Something
yes.
happens, something takes over, life takes over. How can I avoid that? How can all of us avoid that and become consistently productive and not sporadically, productive?
Then I would like to bring in another factor. The biology of belief author says about Bill Clinton's famous campaign is, it is the economy stupid. The same way the author says that it is the cell stupid. So in
Mm,
that book, he speaks about environment.
mm,
For example, if you are trying to do something new, if you're going to
mm,
start in week 1 or week 4 of your menstrual cycle,
mm,
you're going to fall flat in your face with a higher percentage, or you have to struggle yourself. If you want to start something new, a new habit, or something you want to work on, start in week 2 or week 3 of your cycle. Again, check your sleep chronotype. If you are a person, find out which time of the day you are more productive. If you are a lion, the early riser, your productive time is going to be the early mornings. So start your habits or routines at that peak productivity time. If you are a person who is like fox, a night wolf, your productive time is going to be evening after 7 p.m. So
mm.
choose that time. So we have to find out every environment which is going to support us in the new habit. A new habit is like a small seedling sapling. It needs as much environment as possible for support. We
Okay.
don't put the sapling without sunlight or water, right? So your new
Mm,
habit is your new sapling, beautiful baby. So
mm.
give it as much support by tracking your other variables, and then you're going to succeed. I will not say easily, but a bit easily, because again, as the author says, it is the environment stupid. So give the environment to your new habit.
Very interesting. That means now we're in the month, we are approaching December. So instead of postponing all my intentions to New Year resolution and 1st of January, I have the next 1 month to plan out my menstrual cycle based on my menstrual cycle
Yes.
and look at the second and the third.
Sleep chronotypes.
So which
Week
week,
two
second
and
and
week
week
two
two
and
and?
week three. Week
Okay,
three.
week two and three. So I look out for week two and week three, and based on my sleep chronotypes, I can start doing whatever I've been postponing to January 1st. I can start doing this right away. I
And
mean,
week 4 is ideal for planning. Week 4 is for planning and organizing. Week 1 is for rest. So whatever planning you want to do it in week 4. It is going to make your life so beautiful.
amazing, amazing. So all of these, we can get all this information from the tracker that you have on your website.
Yes.
Fantastic. That sounds really great. So I think we're almost at the end of our session today. Uh, is so for all the people who are watching today, okay, what's the first step that you think that they can take to start with their productivity planning?
So first thing is, be kind to yourself.
Okay.
Forgive everything what you didn't know. Forgive everything for what you already know. Be kind to yourself and start from there.
Wow, thank you for that profound message again. Thank you, it was wonderful. I learned a lot, and I'm going to quickly, like, I'm just glad is the timing is just so perfect because I have this whole 1 month to prep and prepare for this. So thank you again, Kavita, and I hope we get to have you again on this platform soon. And thank you, Hen, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to share and inform, inspire, and support all the women entrepreneurs out there. Have a great week and a productive week. Bye.